Welcome to Savor the Story podcast, where books and snacks are life. I'm Nicole. That's Vanessa. What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. I'm gonna tell you, I should have worn this sweatshirt last week's episode, because it says Ultra Widow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Timothy found a Instagram girl online where, when her husband started running ultra marathons, she created the Ultra Widow account. So basically you are a widow to your husband's running.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's hilarious. So he bought me this sweatshirt that says Ultra Widow, and then on the back it says like crew or whatever.
Nice.
It's really cute. So to go along with his race, I mean, it still counts, I guess. Last episode was the beginning of the race, and today's episode should be that he finished yesterday. So we're going to say he did, and
fingers crossed.
You will be updated at some point in the future.
Probably via Instagram post.
Yeah, maybe I'll post about it on Instagram and say that he finished or whatever. And yeah, so my Ultra Widow.
Nice. Yeah, I really like that.
Mm-hmm. It's a really cute. Tim was like, dang it, we should have thought of that.
Oh, I know. Like, all those dang it, I could have made so much money.
Yes, I could have done this. So, and he said, I haven't really looked into the account, but he said that it's a really fun account where, like, after races, she makes videos of like what she's doing at the crew or aid station and what he's doing out. Like, he records while he's out on the trails too, and she kind of does like a mashup of both of them, what they're doing at any given time. And I was like, that's really cute. I really like that.
Yeah, that is cute.
Yeah. So maybe I'll come up with a different name and make Tim start taking videos of when he's out there.
Man, I've been saying that to Tim for, it feels like, a long time now.
I know. He just doesn't think about it.
Yeah.
He's thinking about staying alive, basically.
I mean, fine, if that's what's important to you. But come on, what about what I want?
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, enough about running. We don't need to talk about running anymore.
Fine.
It's just, my life right now. Oh my gosh. But actually, I lied for a second. Because I don't really have a snack this week, so I'm going to use a running snack that Tim, because Tim found it on one of his runs that he did one time. At an aid station, they had pierogies. And he was like, I think I just found the magic running food.
They're so good.
Yes, he loves them. So for my snack today, I feel like I'm going to use pierogies.
Nice. That's a good...
In honor of Tim's ultra running.
That's a really good snack, regardless of whether he's running or not.
Right. Fair.
Yeah. This is not my snack, but you just mentioned it. At Little Caesars Arena, where we go to play watch hockey, they have pierogi nachos.
What?
Yeah. Where the base, instead of chips, is pierogies, and they put like cheese and peppers and like tacos. It's
the second that Timothy hears this, he's gonna want to go, right? Like, he's inviting himself right now. I can hear it.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to wait until the next season, but
he'll do it. By then, he'll be done with his races, and he'll be recovered enough to walk. And I feel like I just heard him in my mind say that he wants to go there and have that.
Yes.
That's so funny.
I feel like that could also be like a camping.
Oh, it
like
could.
A really easy camping meal, or because you could buy the frozen ones and just like boil them or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really, yep. All right. Well, I know what just got added to our menu.
Yeah. It kind of makes me want some.
All right. Well, sorry. I ruined it for everyone.
Well, now I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
So my snack, I apologize up front, is a little bit of a, I don't want to call it like a tangent or a wormhole or whatever I'm calling it, but it does, like, It's nothing crazy.
We're having story time.
A little bit of a story time.
Okay.
So, I mean, everybody knows from last week's episode that the timeline for us is Christmas timeline, right? Every year, me and Mike go on a, if you want to call it like a Christmas date, where we pick a really expensive restaurant that we would never normally pick. And we just say, this is gonna be expensive, but it's a gift for both of us, to each other. We spend some time together, and then we go out and drive around and look at Christmas lights afterwards.
How cute. Okay.
Yeah. So we did that this week.
Okay.
We had our fancy ass date night where we dressed up, where I just wore my work clothes and Mike wore his work clothes, but it was fancy enough, right? But yeah, I normally have like it's not like a fast and hard rule, but it's kind of just like I don't usually drink more than like 2 alcoholic beverages when I go out, especially if I know I have to work the next day.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm just
and
not,
also drinks are like $15 and like
yes, especially when you're at like a really night, you're looking at $15 to $20 for one drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided that was not the case last
Oh
night.
no.
So I had like a sangria and like a peach margarita, and I stopped at that and I was like, that's my 2 drinks, not a big deal. But then they were like, would you like to see dessert? And I was like, yeah, sure.
No.
Of course I want to see dessert. So not only did they have desserts in the traditional sense, but they also had their dessert drinks.
Oh, yes.
You know where I'm going with this. So then I had a key lime pie martini.
Oh, geez.
I know, I love key lime pie.
Okay.
So delicious.
Was it sweet? Like, was it super sweet?
Yeah, it was really sweet. It tasted exactly like key lime pie.
Okay.
And then like the little rim had like little graham cracker things on it. It was super cute.
All right.
And then I had a tiramisu martini.
Oh, goodness.
It was...
Were you feeling like shit the next day?
Oh, so much sugar. It was such a bad
Between the sugar
idea.
and the alcohol, you're just like dead.
Because not only did I not stop at alcoholic desserts,
You had a real dessert?
we also had apple pie bread pudding.
Oh.
It was
And?
so fucking good. And they were like, do you want ice cream with it? And I was like, well, you can't have bread
Obviously.
pudding without ice cream, right?
Yeah.
And so then I was like, we finished the apple pie. We still had the apple pie bread pudding. We still had ice cream left over. So I was taking scoops of ice cream and dipping it in my tiramisu martini and eating it. And the waiter like walked over, and it's one of those where it's a nice restaurant, so you don't know if the waiter's being a jerk or not.
Right.
But he was like, oh, never seen anybody do that before. And I was like, great. This is either a great idea or I'm a fucking child.
Right. I was going to say, yeah, I'm the trashy person in the nice restaurant.
Yup. So.
You know what, though? I accept this for you. I feel like that was a great decision, and I don't care if they judge you because fuck them.
Right. Well, on top of that, it was almost like an affogato.
Oh,
at that
okay.
point,
That's
right?
it. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like, fuck them.
You know what? Fuck that waiter.
Fuck that guy. I mean, he was really nice, and
Okay.
you end up, because you're paying a lot of money,
Their tip
he was
is-
really great, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. I'm so happy for you. So are you just going to say all of the fancy drinks are your...
All the sugar.
Yes. Sugar is my snack this week.
Sugar in all forms is
Yes,
my
right.
snack this week.
Okay.
Oh,
I love that for you.
thank you.
You're welcome. Was the food good too, at least?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Good. It was good.
Yeah.
I didn't have any complaints. We kind of, like, because a lot of the plates were, like, shareable sizes or whatever. So, especially, like, because they didn't put sides with your main course.
Yeah.
They were shareable sides
Yeah.
or whatever. So we tried to do something that was, like, outside the norm. Because, like, mashed potatoes or asparagus or, like, something like that. We tried to get something that was outside of norm. And Mike picked cream spinach.
Okay.
It was pretty fucking good.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, when he picked it, I was like, interesting pick.
Yeah,
That's
nice
what
choice, Michael.
like, we're at a really nice restaurant, and he was like, it's the most different thing. We never have cream spinach. And I was like, well,
Okay.
there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, right? But it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I had to eat my words. And the cream spinach.
Okay.
But
great.
I will not be rating in cream spinach.
Okay, good. We don't want that. Why do nice restaurants? Because we went to Fleming for Thanksgiving, the Fleming Steakhouse, and that's how they do their food too. I mean, not just for Thanksgiving, they do it like that all the time, where you like pick your protein or whatever you want, and then the sides are all shareable. Is that just like a fancy restaurant thing?
It must be. I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan.
It's not my favorite.
No.
Because, like, I want all of those mashed potatoes. I don't want to share them with you.
Right. Well, not only that, but if the plate is so big and you can only pick one, and if we would have picked poorly, I would have been stuck with a giant thing of cream spinach.
Right, exactly.
So,
all right. Well, great. Great snacks this week. I'm proud of you.
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All the sugar.
All the sugar. You know what? It's Christmas. It's fine. You're allowed to have all the sugar you want.
Yeah. You need to go to the gym. That's what I need to do.
Same. Oh, well. Do you have any bookish news this week? Because I don't.
Yeah, kind of. It's not really bookish news. I guess it's just like bookish thoughts.
Okay. I accept those as well.
Yeah, this is actually, it's not fully formed in my brain what I want to say. Because, like, me and my husband just had this conversation last night. We were both laying in bed, and my husband is kind of dipping his toe back into the Stephen King book universe, life,
right.
whatever. And, he was doing some research about different books and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not a Stephen King fan or a reader.
Right. Yeah, no, that doesn't feel like your thing.
Right. So it's kind of hard for me to have like a fully formed opinion on this maybe. And it was more of like how he was like, how he just brought it up, and I was like, yeah, the only really thing that I know about how he does his like universe or whatever is I think all of the worlds in his books are connected somehow, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's in the same like state or if people are moving around throughout books. I don't know it that much. Like I said, it's a very new thought process here, right? But it was kind of just like, man, like if he knew at the beginning, maybe he did, that this is what he was gonna do, and he did it that way, and
like
that's
for
cool.
every book that he's ever written,
right? Like he planned this out the whole way. To me, that's crazy, right? Like
that
how
feels
do you
impossible, right?
Right. That how do you keep it all in your brain?
Yeah.
Or did it just work out that way, right? That was kind of what we were talking about. And that's kind of what led me down the rabbit hole. Not really the rabbit hole, but made me start thinking about, because I know like other authors do it, like J.R.R. Tolkien with like Lord of the Rings, and was it George Martin for Game of Thrones? I think he has said before he's planned out his whole universe.
Like the whole series. Okay.
And then there was another guy who I've never read any of his books. I think he's a fantasy reader. And the only reason that I wrote this down is because like the quote just like tickled me to death. So I've never read Brandon Sanderson. I think he's a fantasy writer.
Yeah.
But
he's been on my list for a really long time, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yes. I need to read Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sold on it because I don't know what any of his books are, right? But I'd be interested to see, if you read any of them, to see what your thoughts are, because what I read about him was basically that he tracks all his books by what he considers resembles to be like a private wiki page. Okay. So basically it's just like all the information about the world and stuff like that. Plus he has a bazillion and a half spreadsheets which I know speaks to you.
It does.
And then he has like a bazillion and a half like timelines all
Okay.
mapped out, right?
Okay.
And it said that he has so much of it that it scares editors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I thought that was hilarious because I just imagine him like showing up to a meeting with a brand new editor and he's like, let me show you my timeline. And then he puts like, like 4 8x12 papers, like,
Right. It like goes around the whole room.
right. And then he's like, he explains it all and then he's like, and then it folds down another level and he's like, and then just like another level folds down.
I could see that.
That's what I like expect or see in my head with like that level of like commitment.
Yeah. I can also see why that would throw you off though, because of how you're not like super world building, like favored or whatever. I understand why that then, because that's what that sounds like to me, is that he is building this world and that is how he does it.
Right.
Yeah.
I am definitely not the target audience here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would not appreciate it probably as much as like other people, but
right, for sure.
Yeah. And I know you've said like before in previous episodes you've talked about the guy who wrote DCC.
Oh yeah. Matt Denneman, where he has famously said that he does not plan it out, that he considers himself to be a pantser, meaning he flies by the seat of his pants, where he will write himself into situations and then have to be like, okay, how am I going to get out of this? Right. So like, yeah, he has specifically said in like a couple of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books where he's like, yeah, that one thing that happened in book 3 or whatever, I didn't know that was going to happen until it happened. And I had no idea it was going to like how I was going to get out of it. So yeah, I feel like it's so crazy. And then actually just the other day, I saw Ashley Elston, who wrote wow, why can't I think of it's like one of my First Light Wins. Yeah. I love that book. But she has a book coming out soon. Well, now that you're listening to us, it came out in January, called Anatomy of an Alibi. And she on Instagram actually showed where she had like huge butcher paper with like Post-its all over it, and she said it took her like 4 iterations of that to finally get to the story. She said like she held up the 3 of them and she was like, this one had like terrible things, this one whatever, like I had to take all this stuff out. And she said the 3rd one kind of had more of what she actually finally went with and like some of the plot points and stuff. But yeah, the way she did it was just like this huge butcher paper with Post-its all over it, just of like plot points and characters and like all that kind of stuff. So that's it's so interesting to see. This is why I think that I could not be a writer.
No.
I would get lost in the Post-its.
Right. Well, yeah, and I've seen like just general Googling, not even deep dive, just like people who have taken pictures of their binders where they have all of the
notes and stuff.
This is all of my notes. And I think, have we talked about the lady who wrote the Dragon Book?
Rebecca Yarros?
Yes. Is it Rebecca Yarros who has the binders of just like, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Is it Sarah J. Maas?
I don't know how I would know anything about how she does stuff, but I feel like if it wasn't you, I've definitely had a conversation with somebody where it was just like they have like just binders and binders of like their characters, like their backstory, what could happen, what does happen. Yeah. So
there's a thing called the Office ladies talk about it. So it's Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey. If you haven't listened to the Office Ladies podcast, they review every episode of The Office. But they say they have something called a show Bible. And so basically what the producers did throughout the show was kind of that same idea, was like anytime something happened with a character, they would put it in this binder or the show Bible. And so every character you could go back and be like, oh, this character's birthday is on this day, or like, so that it doesn't change throughout the series.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to probably do that in a book, especially if you're doing a series, because you have to keep those things straight. So theirs could just be a book Bible.
Yeah.
A series Bible. Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing how poorly I am at just taking notes of books that I read.
Same.
Like, that is not something that I could see myself, like you said, ever being a writer and being a good one, because like I'd be like, all right, I'll come back and write this down once I have the final copy.
Right.
But then I know that like as soon as it was out, I'd be like, I just need a break from writing.
Right, exactly.
And then that would be like, oh fuck, I need to get my next book out. And then I would be like, ah fuck, what's their birthday?
Exactly. I don't know. I feel like I could potentially be good at coming up with ideas and like putting them into the Post-its and being whatever. But once it came time to like, how do I connect all of this stuff? I would be like, well, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't know how we get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Well, great.
I also don't feel like I would be great at writing dialogue. Like, he said this, she said this, he said this, then she said this. Like, and, great, she said it.
Great. Great, thanks, Nicole, author. Oh yeah, we're gonna stay on this side, I think. The side of we'll just judge everyone.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I always said I was gonna write my really bad book.
Right.
But realistically, it's going to be a really bad book because it will be, he said this, she said that, then she said that.
Right.
And that she said. So.
And that she said. Great. I can't wait. I can't wait for this book.
2026 problem.
Yes. Which we are kind
Halfway
of
through.
in. Yes. All right. Well, that's fun. That's sometimes I need to like, it's fun to like dig into that, and then also I'm like, I don't understand how you're doing all of that, so I can't pay attention.
No. Like, sometimes knowing what happens behind the curtain is nice.
Right.
But sometimes I'm just like, man.
No.
Maybe I'm sorry I asked.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much. You really love what you're doing if you're doing all of that. Oh, well, I at the end of this, I want to say good luck to Mike on his new Stephen King journey.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, what started it is he was like, hey, have you ever read The Shining? And I was like, no. And he was like, but you have the book on your shelf. And I was like, yeah. I think it's adorable that you think that I've read every single book on my shelf.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd say I might be close to 50%.
Okay. I feel like that's better than me.
Yeah? What would you put your percentage as?
Of like what I've read, I would say I've probably read 20% of what's on my shelf.
Maybe that's a goal next year for me, is to try and get. I would say I'd put a number on it, but maybe the better idea is I just read more books than I buy.
That's a good goal. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's hard to say what I was going to say because this episode came out. The episode I was going to reference came out 6 months ago for you listeners, but we haven't recorded it yet.
Why don't you remember?
But I was going to say, yes, in the episode that we are recording soon for our 2025 stuff, I have many goals for 2026 for that exact reason. Because
really?
I have to get these things read.
Fair. Okay.
Yes.
I accept this.
Thank you. You will find out about it in a week. Everyone else found out about it 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Oh. All right. Tell me about your book.
Okay.
So, 1 or 2?
1.
Or 4?
No.
Okay. Remember the days of 4?
Yeah. Those were a long time ago. Maybe
Never to
Maybe
be
next
seen again?
year. Maybe next year, as
Okay.
in actual everybody time next year.
Oh, yes. Like August.
2027.
Oh, yes. Okay.
All right, so I read one book. It
Okay.
is called Tea and Alchemy by Sharon Lynn Fisher. It is an ebook. It is considered to be a historical fantasy, but also I think it's kind of like a gothic romance.
Okay. Great.
So, for all our listeners, it is already out.
Okay.
It publicationed.
Publicationed. Uh-huh.
The publication date was 1 January 26.
Okay.
That's the expected publication date.
Okay.
I read it in December.
Okay.
On Kindle First Reads. I
Okay.
am not an ARC reader. They never choose me. Anyway, so this book is in England of 1854. There is a girl. Her name is Mina.
Okay.
And she lives with her brother, and she works in a tea room. And she lives in this quaint little village, and her brother works as a laborer in the mines. Her parents have died several years back, both from different things, because it's 1854. So one day on her way home from work, she stumbles across a corpse.
Oh, okay. A crops.
A crops. She stumbles across a corpse on the side of the road, and she sees that the man has had his throat slashed out, and there is, instead of the appropriate amount of blood you would expect in that situation, there is no blood. So, maybe.
Okay.
So the villagers all don't quite agree about what's killed him.
Okay.
Because of that lack of blood. Like, was it an animal? Was he killed somewhere else and dumped there?
Yes.
Was it the reclusive man who lives in the tower on the property that the body was found?
Okay.
Surprise! It could be that guy.
It could be that guy. All right.
So Mina doesn't think it's any of these.
Okay.
Because she thinks she actually saw the killer. The problem is this creature was enormously tall, looks like a walking tree, has antlers, and a wolf face.
Is it a knot deer? Okay.
I've never heard of a knot deer.
You've never heard of a knot deer? It's a cryptid.
Maybe it's a cryptid.
Okay. Fair.
I need to look this up.
Yes, a knot deer basically looks like kind of like a deer, but it stands up and has like a different kind of body and
I feel like I've seen what you're saying with the standing deer, and it like it looks all fucking weird. And, like people are like, close the window, don't fucking talk about that.
Yes.
I'm gonna side note for a minute.
Okay.
On our property up north, we have deer cams out, and there was one time we got a picture. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
There was a deer that was. There's two deer, but the one deer is like standing up,
Okay.
and if you're looking at it, you're like, oh, he's probably just like doing that thing that like you see horses do, where they stand up on two legs and then like come down and like you know. But like you're saying, is it a cryptid?
You're making my heart rate. My heart race.
I'm gonna find this picture and send it to you.
Okay.
I'm overplaying it, obviously, but when I saw it, I was like, "What in the fuck is this deer doing?" And I immediately went to that TikTok video of that guy who, man, I'm gonna have to find him. But he's like, he's pretty popular. He has a pretty popular account where he's like, oh yeah, like your friend's looking out the window and they see like, oh, look at that coyote. Why is that coyote standing? And he's like, close the fucking window. I'm like, oh my God. That was what came to my brain.
Oh no, that sounds horrible. Okay,
I'm gonna find that video and
never want to go to your property.
Yeah, I know. I just completely destroyed it.
Okay, great.
So it could be a cryptid based on that.
Yes.
But okay. So
sorry.
it's okay. So the next day, after she sees this thing, she's, like, police are the police are investigating and stuff like that. But she goes to work the next day, and she meets a man in the tea room.
Okay.
Who she comes to learn is the reclusive man from the tower. And his name is Harker.
Harker. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I like that name.
Yeah.
It's not a normal name that you would see.
No.
So. But there's something strange about Harker, too.
Uh-huh.
He's ultra pale, super fast. He has unique purple eyes.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
This is the skin of a killer. And Mina finds herself drawn to this man.
Of course she does.
No other man.
Of course she does. Okay.
But as the bodies continue to be found, can she and Harker find the culprit before the villagers decide Harker is behind it and take care of the problem themselves?
Well, shit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Poor Harker. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good thing he's super fast.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so I've read a couple other books by Sharon Lynn Fisher.
Okay.
I read Salt and Broom, which was pre-podcast.
Okay.
Like, I definitely didn't talk about it, even in the pre...
Our leading up to the episodes.
Our leading up stuff, yeah. So, but that one I reviewed.
Okay.
I think I gave it like a 3 or a 4. But I know on episode 27, I reviewed Grim Curiosities, which is another of her book.
Okay.
So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, go find episode 27.
It'll be linked in the description.
Yay. All right. So overall, I liked this book.
Okay.
But it has some issues.
All right.
I can still like a book and accept it has issues.
Of course.
That's my Vanessa quote.
Yep.
So some of those things where it felt like there was holes in the plot, that some stuff was just there for convenience, right? The pacing is not the best. The beginning is really good, and in the middle it gets really slow, and then at the end it's like a sprint to finish. So I wish there was more Harker.
All right.
And more building up of their romance, because Harker and Mina have like a romance, but because it just felt like Mina is the only woman that he's seen or talked to in like 60 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So like he meets her and he's like immediately in love with her, like within like a couple, I mean, we'll call it like 10 chapters or something. So it's not immediate, but like
fast enough.
It's fast enough without the substance to back it up, right?
Okay.
So after 10 chapters, you could tell that there's like a love interest there, but it's like, man, like I feel like it's hard for me to accept that this is a love interest because you haven't seen another woman in 60 years.
Right.
How do we know that you're just not in love with the woman? Like,
right. I was gonna. Yeah. Exactly. You're just like, well, you're here and you're talking to me, so I love you.
Right. Yeah. I wish to escape that assumption, there would have been more build up there. I feel like Harker, he got better over the book.
Okay.
But at first he was just kind of like a pale shadow.
Okay.
I was going to say beige, but
no, he's more pale.
it's more pale.
Okay.
So like I said, it's not really, this book I don't consider to be a mystery, who the killer was. Obviously, I've kind of already hinted at it. It's more of a, how do I reveal the creature's intentions?
Okay.
Right? So you know who did it, all that other stuff, but why did they do it?
Okay.
I think the way that...
The why done it.
I wish there was just... I think it would have helped if there was more background on the creature.
Okay.
Like, I wanted... Do you remember me talking about the book, Someone You Could Build a Nest In?
Uh-huh.
That's what I wanted the creature.
Okay.
That's the vibes that I wanted. I wanted to know why the creature was doing it. What are the things, like, telling me the creature wants to drink blood because it needs blood.
Right.
Is not what I want, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
the creature just felt like something in the story to bring Mina and Harker together because of the lack of information, right?
Okay, yeah.
And it also also creates like a cozy vibe.
Okay.
Because you know nothing bad is going to happen.
Right.
And then, you know, at the end of the book, like, spoiler alert, at the end of the book, like, you know, you don't have to worry that the creature will be defeated. It happens really quickly.
Okay.
It happens way easier than you would expect it to based on, like, the rest of the book.
Like everything you learn about it?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it was enough where I was like, eh. So skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
In the book, they mentioned how the creature has been around for a while, and somebody has already, like, you go into like a monastery and there's like a big tapestry or something. I think it's actually a painting.
Okay.
And it's of somebody defeating a creature that looks pretty similar to this creature.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, it is defeated. So when they're going to defeat it again, they're like, it's really dead this time. And I was like, yeah, but that's what you said last time.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do we know for sure? And
That
then
it's
they're
not
like,
going to come back in however many years or...
right. And they're
Okay.
like, because of reasons. And I was just like, okay. Yeah, and that's kind of like I was saying, the whole, you know, like holes in the story. Like, there's a giant painting at a monastery that shows like this creature and obviously a warning to others.
Right.
And they're like, oh, but we can't really tell because some of the paint is rubbed off. And I was like, okay. But then, like, somebody else goes back later and they're like, I noticed something that everybody else missed. Like, how convenient.
But how did that happen?
Yes. So, yeah. So I think this story is cute. I enjoyed reading it. It's pretty short, so like all the problems that it has, I understand because it's a shorter book, right?
Yeah.
So I was willing to overlook a lot of it. And I'd say like a 3.5, 4.
Okay.
Definitely rounded up to 4 sugars.
For all of the sugar.
4 sugars.
Okay, great.
Quantity to be determined.
Okay, great. All right, well, that's good. I think I was looking at that book. I don't remember if I actually picked that one or not for first reads, but I can't remember. But I remember reading about it.
Yeah, and I think I picked it because it was like, based on your reading, you might like this one. And then I was like, I feel like this name is familiar. And I've read 2 of her other books.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was, fuck it. I'll do it.
Okay, great.
How
all right.
about you?
Okay.
Book?
I have
A baby book?
no, I have
Zero book?
a surprise for you today.
Aw, jeez. I cannot trust you.
Because I didn't write anything for this book. So we're going
yay, chaos.
pure chaos.
All right.
I'm gonna try to tell you without reading the description what it's about. Because I don't want to just read it word for word.
Right.
So we'll get there. Don't worry. But be ready for chaos.
How long ago did you read this book?
I read it at the end of October, I think.
So what would you say your clarity level is?
I have written a review for it. I do remember, like, because it was an arc, and so I wrote a review for it. So I do have something I can go off of.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I read My Roommate from Hell by Cale Dietrich. And I feel like, so I know that I brought this book up like a few months ago, randomly, because I think it like applied to one of our questions in one of our discussions, but I know I have not reviewed it yet. So like I said, I read it as an arc, like an e-arc, and here we go. Good luck, everyone. Okay, so Owen is going to college. He is like a massive, very into his studies. Like everything about school is important to him. He wants to have a good job. He kind of grew up not really having a lot of money. So he's like, that is what is important to him, is going to school, getting an education, and getting a good job. That's like all he cares about. And he's goes to college, and his mom's dropping him off, and he hasn't met his roommate yet. And so he like is walking into the dorm rooms, and he walks in, and there is Prince Zarmanus.
Zarmanus, you say?
Whatever his name is. And he happens to be going to Point University in the first ever Earth Hell exchange program.
Oh.
So he so when Owen walks in, he doesn't know that his roommate is going to be the Prince of Hell, but he walks in and is like, you know what? I'm going to make the most of this. I'll figure it out. It might be cool to whatever, but obviously he wants to focus
Learn
on
about a foreign culture.
Yes, exactly. So Prince Czar, though, does not have the same outlook on college. He's never been to Earth before, so obviously he's going to all of the Earth college parties and keeps bringing boys back to their room.
Tisk.
He just is it's not going great. So
he's not a good roommate.
He's not a good roommate at all. Owen tries to like help him out a little bit. They ultimately end up making a deal with each other. Basically, he asks Owen, Prince Czar, asks Owen to be his fake boyfriend to help him teach, like, because his parents are very overbearing and like want him to be a better representation of hell and not just like this party boy.
Okay.
And so Prince Czar is basically like, okay, well, look, I have this like steady boyfriend, and
look at this human boy.
Yes, exactly. And basically, because what they want to do is like help the demon human relationships or whatever, like between Earth and Hell. So this is whatever. So, so they agree to fake date, and ultimately things go how they go, right? Like think of any fake dating story. So each of them kind of has their own agenda for what they want to get out of it. That's essentially
all the tropes.
Yes, that's essentially the book. So you're because you're getting forced proximity because they have their same room. You're getting forced dating. You're getting all of the things. Okay, so my thoughts. First, I think the premise of this book is really fun. I think the idea of Earth discovering that hell is just like another dimension that is reachable by a portal. Like, I think that's really fun. And then throw in an exchange student like element to it. I think that's really cool. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do they ever bring up the person who went to hell as the exchange?
They do reference him, but you don't get his story I don't know if it's a male or female that goes. But we don't get their story at all. So I think it would be cute.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it's another book.
Yeah, it would be cute to have to see what their experience in hell is, because I don't know. And also, like, Czar's mom is great. So she's the queen of hell. She's a little crazy. So I would be interested to see how she deals with a human being in their realm.
Yeah.
That would be for sure. But yeah, I think just the idea overall is really fun and cute and like all of that. I also think the story overall was really cute. Owen is very relatable in his social awkwardness. Like, he's very like, you know, like I said, he's very about being a student, and he really is focused on his studies and is wanting to get a job and stuff. So he doesn't have a whole lot of like social abilities. So he's very relatable in that sense. And I think that even some of his lack of confidence is relatable. I do think that it's overdone in parts, though. Like,
okay.
I feel like I wanted him to grow a little bit faster. I think we just don't see as much of it throughout the book. He just kind of stays in this same, like, underconfident area for a lot of it. So, yeah. So, the next thing. I think the pacing of this book is affected by a couple of things. So one of them being the amount of narration that we get from Owen. He like over explains his thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. Where I think sometimes we don't actually need explanation. So I think getting a lot of his over explanation gives us some pacing issues where like slower in some parts than it needed to. I think that like every step of his stuff is narrated instead of just kind of letting the story flow. And then at times it read almost like a list of events, kind of like where he was like, this happened and then this happened and then this happened instead
and then
of
4 weeks later we were here.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like that also kind of affected the flow a little bit, pacing, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, my final thoughts is that so it is advertised as a YA romance. I don't actually think that it should be categorized as YA. I think it has YA stuff. Like there are YA elements to it, and it even reads like one in tone. I would say that it definitely reads like a YA book, but I think that it definitely has some themes that are not YA. Because remember, we're in college. We are drinking, we're partying, we're bringing boys back to the room. Like there are, it's not explicit in any way, but there are things that are happening that I would not feel comfortable giving to like a 12 or 13-year-old. Which is what I think age 12 is where the YA genre technically starts, is like 12 to 18 or something. And I would not feel comfortable with them reading some of the things that happen in this book. Yeah. So, like I said, there's nothing that's particularly like graphic or explicit or anything like that. It's just kind of like, do you want a 12-year-old reading about a college boy going out to parties and getting drunk and then bringing boys back to his room? Like, maybe not. And hooking up all the time, like different boy every night. Like I don't know. It's just not what I would want a 12-year-old to read. So anyway, so overall, I think it was really cute. If he wrote a story about the human in the hell world, I definitely would read it. Like I didn't hate it. I didn't, whatever. I ended up going with 3 pierogies. So I feel like very middle of the road. Like it was very enjoyable. I enjoyed the story. It just kind of had some like pacing problems more than anything else. So that's my review today.
Nice.
Less chaotic than I expected.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you did really good. So
it is out on Kindle. I don't know if it's Kindle Unlimited or not. No, it's not. It's not Kindle Unlimited, but it is out there and available for you to read, and it's really cute. It's like a cozy book.
So many cozies.
Yes, I just really like the idea. I think it's such a fun idea of having a hell earth exchange student. Like it's so different. Like,
yeah, I want to know the politics behind that. Like, is it like they really want to form this relationship, or is this like some kind of evil plot where they're like, we're gonna ingrain ourselves in and then take over the world?
What it sounds like, so some of the things that you get throughout the story, it really does sound like neither one of them really knew that the other existed in a way that there was like life, you know? And so it really does sound like each of the parties are really just interested in how can we coexist and how, like, so it does sound not nefarious.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. It's
I think I like that better.
Yeah. I really like the king. Like you get some of the king and queen of hell. They pop up every once in a while to check in on him, and he just kind of seems like just like an old dad that you're just like, Dad, please go away. I know you're the king of hell, but get out of here. Like,
stop telling dad jokes.
Yes, exactly. So, and then mom is like crazy, but yeah, it's really cute. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, I just feel like it opens up such like a good window for
It
like
does.
people to be like, for the human to go there, and the mom is just like, oh, is that not cooked enough for you? Like,
Just setting it on fire in front of you. I could totally see that happening. Yes. That's so fun. Okay, are you ready for our discussion question?
totally.
We only have like 8 left in here, just so you know.
Okay.
And we have 13 episodes before our break.
Okay, we need
at least 5 more. Yes.
my brain could not math.
Okay. All right. If you could magically improve one reading skill, what would you choose? Like speed, retention, visualization? Yes, of your own reading skill. Okay, I want to pick
all those are good
2.
options.
I know. I was just going to say I want to pick 2 of them. I feel like speed I would be okay if like that's not something that gets better, but retention would be great. I would love to retain more of what I read. And visualization would also be great. I would love to be able to see like a movie in my brain like everyone else.
I mean, if those are my
Well, it could be anything. Those
Okay,
were just
right.
3 that like
3 options.
Yeah.
But that's such a good option.
know.
Retention. Oh man, I would love to remember everything I read.
I know.
Literally everything.
Yes.
Like,
That'd
do
be
I get
great.
to pick the level? Man, I would love to be able to.
Yeah, you get to pick what level you remember at.
Like, remembering every single thing I've ever read. Oh my goodness.
It would be great. Yeah, if you could just like tuck it away and then like you just look at the book and it just like all comes back and you're like, oh yes, this book. I remember everything. Not
Yes.
like me right now where the second I close a book, I'm like, I don't even remember what the person's name was.
So, yeah, I need to. What else is there? I don't feel like there's anything else. What else is there about books to remember? How many, or to want?
Oh, a skill. Yes.
Because
What if
I
you
mean-
could read a book at the same time that you're listening to another book? So you are technically in the same moment
reading two
reading
books at the
2
same
books.
Oh my gosh. I don't want that.
That's too much pressure.
It's too much.
All right. Well,
I don't need to read that many books.
oh, I know what skill I want. To never have reading slumps.
Oh, that'd be nice.
My skill is to be unslumpable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, off the top of my head, nothing is really coming to mind because,
Okay.
you gave some really good.
know,
like,
I'm
my
sorry.
brain is really stuck on that. I'm like, man, this is why I need more retention or something. Like, what else is there?
What other words are there?
Because my brain doesn't know words.
Oh, that's fair. I'm sorry
Yeah.
I ruined it for you by giving you
No, it's
options.
Because if you didn't give me options, I'd probably be like, I like books.
I like to read.
I like to read books fast.
That's funny. Okay, well, we could both say retention, and then I'm throwing in a little unslumpable skill.
Even
Great.
just like a little bit of unslumpableness.
Right, yes. Like easily, like even if I slump, it comes back. Like I get back quickly. Not like me
Right.
right now where I'm like 3 months in, can't fucking get through a book.
I know. Good thing you were so ahead on books.
That's the only thing that's getting me right now is that I was so ahead. Oh fuck. Well, good luck to me next year, guys. Hopefully after the break I will have lots of books to review for you.
We'll be back to our 2 or 3, 4 or 5 books.
Yes, an episode. Yes. All right, well, let us know what skill you want. Dear listeners.
One of the ones we said,
Yes,
or one we couldn't think of.
Yes, or if you have a better one, tell us in the comments below, or you can reach out to us everywhere. Savor the Story Pod. Go like and subscribe and share and tell all of your friends and be our friends. And that's it. Okay, bye.
Bye. Get out of here.